4 years ago, I made Day in the Life of a Waterloo computer science student. And you know what? That video is pretty terrible. But even after trying to make skits and emo artistic videos, it's still the most viewed video on my channel. So I figured, screw it. In my last year here, let's pander one more time. But this video is going to be different than those other Day in the Lives. It's not going to start with some sort of cheesy alarm clock shot. Fuck! For so long I felt cheated, and I think I still am. Just wanna try and forget, so take another sip.
Which is also a video happening.
So here with Marco, we just got out of class. We don't really do anything productive in between class.
We usually.
So there's tunnels in Waterloo. Come on an exploration with us.
Sounds good. Oh, that's a real day in the life right there.
That's accurate. You enjoyed your Waterloo experience overall?
It's bittersweet, I would say. Just because it's like anything in life where when you're going through it, you're like, this is hell on earth.
Yeah.
But then looking back, it's like, oh, this was so great. And it's the same thing with like high school. You're like, oh, I want to get to university. And then when you're in university, you look back and you're like, oh, this wasn't too bad after all. So I think now that we're like closing this chapter in our life, it's like, it was kind of nice.
Do you have any moments where you thought you might like not make it?
Oh, definitely. Like first year, I had never done school in English, right? So in first year, I remember I was like sitting in Linalge. My professor also barely spoke English. I was like, all right, there's a barrier right there. And then I didn't understand anything. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna do 5 years of this. And like, actually, like if you were to talk with my parents, you like, I told them like I thought I wouldn't make it through, but here we are.
Oh shit.
It's like footage from 1890 in the Waterloo.
That's really fucking sick.
Yeah.
Oh, this is sweet.
No, you're good.
Did I do it?
Your last exam, your last assignment, your last class.
Yeah.
So it's just taking it all in. Like there's a bunch of interviews where like I was so bummed out getting the rejection. And like if I didn't get those rejection, then I maybe wouldn't have taken the internships or the jobs that I end up taking and wouldn't be where I am today. It's always that what if in the back of your mind. You can only do so much to control the environment around you. And then it's just a question of appreciating it.
You control what you can. Try to maximize and optimize on like what variables you can control.
I think I like the word optimize and maximize. You take some, you leave some. Like you need to optimize and maximize the things that you can do.
Have a good class, bro.
Good to see you.
Peace. I just got back from my last class, and this is the point where I eat lunch. Now this is my air fryer. I'm a simp for air fryers. Just like everybody that has ever owned an air fryer. I'm like actually pretty lazy, so I'm just gonna make craft dinner. I didn't put a montage of me cooking it because why would you care? We did it. And now I feel like garbage. That was just a bowl of carbs. So I think I'm gonna take a couch nap. But this is kind of what a day in the life is actually usually like. You're just tired a lot. Fuck. What is yerba? Yerba mate is a tea that's consumed in Argentina, I believe. And apparently they spend all day just drinking out of these gourds. If you're gonna work in tech, you gotta get into like trendy shit like this. So I just finished my last class, and usually at this point I go home. But I have some work to do, and I wanted to reminisce a little, so I thought, why not go to the library that I went to in my day in the life in first year and do a little bit of studying. It's so weird being back here. I pulled so many late nights back in first and second year. I was always terrified that I was on the cusp of failing out. It was a miserable time. So it's so strange to me that now I'm looking at it through rose-colored glasses so many years later. And I honestly feel like that describes so much of Waterloo. I hated it at the time, but now that those moments are in the rearview mirror, I can't help but smile. Maybe it's the relief of being done with it, or knowing that I was strong enough to get through it by some subjective measure of strength. But I think it's more likely the realization that it wasn't me that got through it. I'm looking at the image of my former self, a younger self, a boy on the cusp of adulthood, simultaneously excited and terrified of what his future holds. A future with promise,
Wong.
all the anxieties that come with it. I can't help but choke up a little on the fact that he's gone now, dead. Sadder even is the fact that he wanted nothing more than to die so that I could live. And soon I'll be leaving this place, his grave, and one day I'll probably struggle to remember the details of a day in his life. So I'm thankful, Waterloo, for allowing him to have existed at all. Goodbye.